For more than 2 decades, Britney Spears has been a global icon. From her early days as a teenage pop sensation to her reign as one of the world's most successful entertainers, Britney captivated millions with her music, her performances, and her personality. But behind the glamour, tours, and sold-out arenas, Britney's personal life was under intense scrutiny. Every public misstep, every tabloid rumor, and every personal struggle was magnified by the media and paparazzi, creating an unrelenting pressure that few could endure. By the mid-2000s, the combination of fame, media intrusion, and personal challenges culminated in a highly publicized breakdown, which led to the implementation of a court-ordered conservatorship in 2008. What was initially portrayed as a temporary arrangement intended to protect a vulnerable young woman would, over the next 13 years, evolve into a tightly controlled system that stripped Britney of nearly all autonomy, influencing her finances, her career, and even her personal choices. The conservatorship was put in place after a series of highly publicized incidents that raised concerns about Britney's mental health and ability to manage her personal affairs. In 2007 to 2008, she experienced significant personal turmoil, including multiple hospitalizations, erratic behavior in public, and highly scrutinized legal disputes. Court documents at the time described instances of concern for her safety and mental stability. In response, the court appointed Jamie Spears, Britney's father, along with other legal representatives, to act as her conservators. The stated purpose was to protect her from financial mismanagement and personal harm, ensuring that she could continue her career while receiving guidance. However, while the initial justification may have been protective, the structure of the conservatorship gradually allowed for unprecedented control over her life, including decisions about medical care, personal relationships, professional engagements, and access to personal finances. For years, Britney navigated her career under strict supervision. Tours, album releases, and public appearances were all managed by her conservators. She was required to follow rigorous schedules and report to legal overseers for approval of nearly every major decision. Public appearances, interviews, and personal travel were constrained by the requirements of the conservatorship, and she often faced pressure to maintain a compliant image for the public while privately enduring restrictions on her autonomy. Multiple reports later revealed that Britney's personal communications and professional choices were routinely monitored, and that her ability to hire legal counsel or challenge the terms of the conservatorship was limited. For a star who had once been celebrated for her independence and talent, the arrangement was suffocating. As the years went by, fans began to question the ethics and legality of the conservatorship. Social media platforms became powerful tools for advocacy, and the hashtag Free Britney movement emerged as a viral campaign calling attention to the restrictions imposed on her life.
Yes, Britney Spears knows about the Free Britney movement, and she's saying thank you.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The conservatorship has got to go!
Fans meticulously analyzed court filings, news coverage, and snippets of public statements, connecting the dots to reveal what they viewed as an abuse of legal authority. They argued that the conservatorship, which was designed to protect vulnerable adults, had instead become a mechanism for control and financial exploitation. Supporters called for greater transparency, the removal of Jamie Spears as conservator, and the restoration of Britney's autonomy. Public awareness grew steadily, drawing national media attention and inspiring a wave of investigative reporting into the inner workings of her legal and personal restrictions.
What do we want? Free Britney! What do we want?
Britney has been asking for this for a long time. We know from the confidential court documents that we obtained that at least as early as 2014, she's been talking about removing her father, trying to communicate it to the court. So I think, it feels like it's been a really long time that she's been communicating this. So it was definitely very moving to be in the crowd when everyone realized that it happened.
The pivotal moment in the conservatorship battle came in June 2021, when Britney Spears addressed the court directly for the first time in years. In an emotional and candid statement, she detailed the extent of her loss of freedom, describing how the conservatorship had controlled nearly every aspect of her life. Britney revealed that she had been forced to take medications against her will, attend therapy sessions she did not want, and perform in public when she wished to take a break. She described the mental and emotional toll of having her personal and professional choices dictated by others. And she candidly addressed her desire to end the conservatorship and regain her autonomy. Her statement was both a legal declaration and a cultural moment. A high-profile figure using the court system to articulate the struggles of countless individuals trapped in restrictive conservatorships.
Britney Spears is desperately trying to gain back control of her life and fortune. Today, she called the court-ordered arrangement abusive, saying she feels ganged up on, bullied, and alone.
I'm having fun right now. I'm in transition in my life, and I'm enjoying myself.
Following her testimony, Britney's legal team filed motions seeking to remove Jamie Spears as conservator and to restructure the conservatorship entirely. Court documents and hearings revealed internal conflicts, financial transactions, and allegations of mismanagement. Jamie Spears had reportedly profited significantly from the conservatorship, while Britney's personal and professional freedom remained constrained. The case drew widespread media coverage and public scrutiny. Millions of people, including celebrities, activists, and legal analysts, debated the ethics of the conservatorship system and criticized how a legal framework designed to protect an individual had instead enabled years of control and oversight without clear justification.
It's really rare that someone like Britney Spears, who's been able to actively perform and make millions of dollars, would be under a conservatorship.
Britney says she felt traumatized, exploited, and demoralized, telling the court, "I just want my life back."
Throughout the conservatorship, the media played a dual role, both documenting Britney's struggles and amplifying public awareness of her fight for autonomy. Investigative reports, podcasts, documentaries, and social media campaigns provided detailed coverage of court proceedings, legal filings, and personal interviews. These reports exposed systemic flaws in conservatorship law and highlighted the influence of family, legal representatives, and financial interests in shaping Britney's life. Public advocacy, particularly through the hashtag Free Britney movement, created pressure that the courts could not ignore, illustrating how social media and grassroots movements can influence legal proceedings and public perception. After months of hearings, public debate, and mounting legal pressure, a judge formally terminated Britney Spears' conservatorship in November 2021. This decision restored her full control over her personal and financial decisions, allowing her to make choices that had been denied to her for nearly 14 years. The reaction from Britney, her fans, and the broader public was overwhelmingly emotional. For many, the ruling represented not only a personal victory for Britney, but also a broader triumph against systemic abuses in conservatorship and guardianship systems. Her case became a touchstone for legal reform, public advocacy, and cultural reflection on the intersection of fame, family, and control. The Britney Spears conservatorship case is more than a story about a pop star. It is a cautionary tale about power, autonomy, and systemic oversight. It illustrates how legal frameworks designed to protect vulnerable individuals can be exploited, sometimes for financial gain, sometimes for control, and sometimes to the detriment of the individual they were intended to safeguard. Britney's public fight highlighted issues of personal agency, mental health, and the accountability of those entrusted with responsibility over another person's life. Her journey from a controlled, supervised celebrity to an autonomous adult is a testament to resilience, courage, and the power of public advocacy. The Free Britney movement, combined with her own voice, demonstrated that legal structures can be challenged and reformed when scrutiny, persistence, and advocacy converge. Britney Spears' story is a reminder that freedom and autonomy are fundamental human rights, and that even the most celebrated figures can be subject to abuse under the guise of protection. It underscores the importance of vigilance, advocacy, and transparency in systems of power, whether in entertainment, law, or family. Her ultimate liberation marks a victory not just for her, but for anyone whose voice has been silenced by legal or institutional constraints. If you want more in-depth documentaries on celebrity legal battles, investigative reporting, and stories of personal resilience and justice, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Britney's journey proves that even in a world controlled by wealth, influence, and legal authority, freedom can still be reclaimed when courage, truth, and persistence prevail.